Yo, what's good, man? This is your boy at DFS Mastermind _ over on Twitter, man. Thank you for clicking on to the video. Today's date is December the 28th. We have a pretty good 5-game slate on our hands on this Thursday afternoon, and I want to go ahead and put my top 5 picks out there now. I'm in bounce back mode, man, because last night I had a decent line, man. Barely missed the cash line. My shooting guards really let me down. I had Marcus Smart with 14 points and Dwayne Wade with 13 points, man. Not to mention John Wall with a subpar game, man. Bradley Beal was seeing all the production that I was wanting to see from John Wall. It happens, man. It happens. We're not going to dwell on it too much. We're going to bounce back tonight. That's what it's about. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into my top 5 picks, man. Starting off with point guard, we have a few options. One thing I will say, Dame Lillard and Irving, they may get a little overlooked, man, just because we have the value. I think a very popular combination at point guard tonight will be Ish Smith and Tyus Jones, man. We know these are 2 backup point guards. Whenever they are thrown into that starting role, they can crush their value. So definitely look out for those 2 value plays. Very, very good spots. I'm not really sure who I'm going to have, but I know I will have a combination of either Tyus Jones, Kyrie, or Ish Smith, Kyrie, or, I may even skip the value and get a little different, you know what I'm saying, and go like Dame Dollar, Kyrie, man, and see if I can find some value at some other spots. I also like Alf Payton in this situation. He has to do a lot for his team right now. He's been playing his ass off. Besides that, man, it's like 4 or 5 options at point guard that I really want to key in on. Oh, Terry Rozier as well. I forgot about him. We can definitely look at Terry Rozier. I mentioned him yesterday, man, and he had a monster game, 32 fantasy points. Whenever we get Jaylen Brown out, Marcus Smart, he starts at the shooting guard position, and then we see Rozier play a lot more minutes, so he can definitely be on the radar. As of right now, I honestly don't have a point guard I want to recommend, so I'm going to kind of skip past it, man. But I gave you my player pool. All the guys I mentioned, those are the guys I will be choosing from. So I'm going to move it on to shooting guard, man. Shooting guard is very simple for me. James Harden at the top, I must have him. And then I want to match him up with Marcus Smart. I know a lot of people will be scared off the Marcus Smart move because he just let us down. Man, had a total dud, man. 34 minutes, 14 fantasy points. That's awful, man. He's been known to do this every once in a while, but I trust Marcus Smart as a player. I'm gonna go right back to him. Has a wonderful matchup with James Harden in a fast-paced game, man. So I think he's in a very, very solid spot. So that's the guy I want to recommend today. Moving on to small forward, we got Giannis and Butler at the top, man. Both of these guys should guard one another. I'm worried that they could potentially limit one another's upside. Both of them are very solid defensive players, so I don't know if I want to go there, man, because I'm telling you, I'm going to have Harden and I'm going to have Kyrie in my lineup. So to be honest with you, I may not have enough money. That may be the real reason, but I do think that's a viable thing to think about. We got Jimmy Buckets coming off the back-to-back, and also we have Greek Freak defense on him, man. He is a very long defender. Same thing with Jimmy Buckets, very aggressive. So I'm going to kind of skip past that, even though I think they're excellent plays. But the guy I'm going to start with, my top play more than likely will be Mr. Kyrie Irving for some, not Kyrie Irving, golly. Kawhi Leonard, man. That's who I meant to say. I'm tripping. Kawhi Leonard at 7,300. He's coming off a game where he played 26 minutes. That's the most he's played since he's been back. Scored 21 real points, and he didn't do anything for peripheral stats, man. So I think he's getting close to rounding into form. I'm going to keep playing Kawhi Leonard. I've been on the train, so I'm not hopping off now. Even though the price went up a little bit, I'm not worried about it. So I want to lock him in. And then I want to potentially match him up with either Mario Hezonja or Rudy Gay, man. Rudy Gay is just way too cheap, man. Dirt cheap, 3,800. I know he's been splitting minutes 3 ways, but they will find him a way. They will find a way to get him 20 minutes. And he's Rudy Gay, man. He has been the best player on multiple teams that he's played for, man. So I am not scared of the fact that he hasn't been playing the minutes, because even if he plays 15 minutes at that price tag, he can reach his value. So I'm gonna definitely have him in the lineup. And I just thought about another shooting guard that I want to talk about. I may not use this guy, but Jamal Crawford, I think he now I was talking about, I think he could potentially see extra run with no Jeff Teague. He's not a stranger of running the point guard role, or they could bring Jimmy Buckets over and he could run the point guard role. I think he is a sneaky shooting guard play, man. I just thought about that, wanted to mention him. Moving on to power forward. Not a lot at the top that I want to pay for personally. My list would actually start with Tobias Harris with the revenge narrative. I think he's in a very good spot. I like him. I also like Mr. Al-Farouq Aminu. I think he has a wonderful matchup with Sarge defense. We know Philly struggles guarding bigs, power forwards, and centers. So I'm definitely not afraid to roster the Chief. I want to go ahead and lock him in. $5,500 is a very decent price tag. And then as center, I have 2 options that I want to talk about. I think these players are underpriced right now, especially Nurkic. I know he hasn't been seeing big minutes. It is okay, man. You have to trust the process. I think Terry Stotts, what he wants to do is limit him around 25 to 28 minutes. Last game was just a complete dud. He played 16 minutes. Game before that played 24 minutes, only 7 fantasy points. A lot of people will be scared. So I want to hop on it, man. I think it's a very cheap discount. And I love the matchup, man. Once again, Philly struggles versus big. So I'm going to lock him in. I think they're going to need his size out there, man, trying to guard Joel Embiid. So I think he's in a good spot. And last but not least, Bismack Biyombo taking on Drumming. Bismack, he's a defensive-minded player. Offensively, he is not skilled, man. But while they will use him tomorrow, they'll run him out there as long as Drummond is on the court. They're going to ask him to limit his production. And Bismack is not a stranger to playing big centers, man. He loves it. He gets up for it. Very active guy. He's going to grab the boards. He's going to get some blocks. And I think versus Drummond defense, he could get some easy points, man. Drummond is a little bit overrated as a defender. Excellent rebounder. Defense is not as dominant as you would think when you think about Andre Drummond. So those are my 2 center options. We got Nurkic and Bismack. You pick, man. I'm leaning towards Nurk a little bit, but that's going to pretty much do it for me. That's going to wrap it up. I am your boy at DFS Mastermind _ Follow me on Twitter. If you like the video, make sure you like the video. Feel free to comment. Let me know who you rocking with. Hit the sub button. All that good stuff, man. All the housekeeping. And please, don't forget to join me over on Slack. It is getting to the green line. .slack.com, man. We are over there chopping it up, giving you this DFS information, some DFS talk, a nice, cool, friendly environment. So feel free to join us. I want y'all to bless up, cash out, and let's get to that green line.